Hi, I'm Vikram from eZeon Technologies. In this video session, I'm going to talk about how to configure Spring using NetBeans IDE. So, as you know about the Spring, it is one of the most popular framework from the Java category. It is most popular for writing the Java application. So, let me start from the NetBeans. So, open the NetBeans IDE here. I'm using here NetBeans 8.1 version. So we do not have as such any dependency with the NetBeans version. So this is how you will see your workbench. Now you need to create a new project here. So just go to file menu and add here new project. Here you can select the different kind of project categories you will see, and I'm going to use here Maven. So I'm going to configure my first Spring program through the Maven. So Maven will simplify my a lot of configuration. So let's select from the Maven, and you can select the simple Java application here. And now look at this, say next, name your project. So my project is Hello Spring application. So this is my very first project to discuss the configuration of the Spring using Maven. And now tell the location of the project here. So I'm going to save this program in desktop. So this is okay. Now here we have to enter few important details. So the very important thing is group ID. Look at this artifact ID first. So the project name is already done, location of the project is already entered, and now this is the location where project is stored. So now in the next step you have to observe this artifact ID. Hello Spring application is a unique identifier of the project. It's a kind of unique ID of the whole project. So this is artifact ID. Now group ID is representing the identity of the company who is developing the project. So group ID can be common for multiple projects because one company can develop many projects. So this can be your company website, and we know we call it as reverse domain. The website name is written in a reverse order. So say my website is eZeon.in, so I'm going to use here in.ezeon. So this is the group ID, and now this is the version of the project we are going to develop here, which is your Hello Spring application. And this version is a 1.0, and snapshot version means it is a development release, it is a under development version. So now this is the package, and look at this, it is optional, and I'm going to change this name. So this is my Spring. So this is my Spring. So in.ezeon.spring is my package I'm going to use here. Now say finish. So we have got a project here. Now this is a Spring project created here. Sorry, this is a project, it's a blank project created here using Maven right now. Now look at the important thing. We have got here a package, so we have nothing here, and we have got one dependencies, so there is no dependencies added here. To configure a Spring here we required Spring libraries, so don't worry, we'll add on the Spring libraries. So now this is blank, and look at the another thing, Java dependencies. So my program is using here Java libraries, so the JDK 8 I am using here, so all the JDK 8 libraries are available here. So dependencies are nothing but a libraries required to run the program. Now we have a very important file here called POM project object model XML file. So this is your Maven file. So look at this, the information you have entered from the NetBeans wizard, you can see here. This is version of the Maven version. And group ID, this is the group ID is the name of the company. It's a reverse domain of the reverse domain, and this is the project ID. If you require you can change, no problem, you can edit this XML file. and this is the version, and the packaging. This is very important, as it is a simple Java application. It will be packaged in a jar file. For web application, this can be your var file, WAR. So it's a simple Java application, and the packaging will be done through the jar file. Now, and some more things you will see here related to the encoding and version of the Java being used in my project. Now I will come back in this file and write few more things. So this is ready. Now it's time to check the Spring website. Go to the Spring website, spring.io. This is the official website of the Spring. And now you can check the projects here. I'm going to use here Spring framework. Look at this. This is my Spring framework. Select this, and you can read some important details from this. It is very important to go through the documents, so you can check here. So many things you will see this side. It's a Spring framework, and you will see here different versions listed here, and this is the latest version I could see here. 4.3.7 is a current version. It's a general available release. I can use GA. So this is what I'm going to use. And two important documents you will see here. Documentation, we have two important documentation. Reference, I'm going to open in new tab, and this is the API doc. So these two important documentation required. So this is the reference manual. Spring, it's a complete reference of the Spring. This is one of the wonderful document. I recommend you to go through the complete document. It's one of the great document to learn about this Spring, probably better than any books. So you can refer this documentation, and a lot of things you will see here. You will get a big index here, and a lot of things related to this Spring you will get here. Now we have another we have opened here Java documentation. So this is the Java doc of the Spring. So you will get here, you will get the knowledge about the classes, interfaces, and packages, and their methods. A lot of description you will see related to the Java API or Spring API documentation. So this is a Java doc. Now these two documents you have to refer. Now I'm going to close here for now. Now move down here, scroll down. This is important. So you can use a Spring Quickstart. You can see here. So you can check this. You can use Spring through the Maven build. So this is Maven, and this is Gradle. So it is showing here Maven, and this is the Maven configuration you can use. So Maven dependencies you can check here. If you are using Gradle as your build tool, you can use these dependencies, but as I have created my project through the Maven, I prefer to use this Maven, and these are the dependencies I required. So I need to configure the dependencies here. So just copy that, and here you have got the pom.xml file, and just copy here. So this will download all the Spring related libraries in my project. So this is very useful thing. So this will avoid adding your lot of libraries manually in the project, because when you configure the dependencies here, the NetBeans IDE will download all the libraries from the Maven repository from the online website. So this is very important. So all the libraries will be downloaded here, and look at this. Just I have added here these dependencies, and you can see here some great change. Libraries required for this project is available here. So I have not added these libraries. All these libraries are added from this small dependency configuration. Look at this. When you remove this, you will get here all the dependencies are removed. Now I'm going to copy here, and look at this, all these libraries are available. If it is not downloaded, you can do a simple thing here. If it is not available here, so you can do a simple job like this: build with dependencies. So this will download all the Spring related libraries. So this is done. Now Spring is added in your project. it's time to create a configuration file for this Spring. So go to this new, and we required one configuration file. So Spring configuration can be done through either XML file. You can go with the XML based configuration, or you can go with the annotation based configuration. So I'm planning to cover up XML based configuration in this video series. In this video discussion, we'll go with the XML. So now you have to check the XML file. Yes, you can see here Spring XML configuration. You will see under the others category. So this is a Spring file. Select this, name your file. So whatever the name you require, just do that. So I'm going to say it's spring.xml file. So look at the location of the file. The file is located here, source src main java. This is very important. It's very important to know the location of the file. So src main java, this is the location where the file will be created. You can check the complete path here. So now next, and it is, there are some options to add namespaces. I'm not going to talk about the namespaces in this very first video. So just say finish. I have not selected any namespaces. Now look at this XML file here. I'm going to minimize this panel and see some important thing here. It has created this file for me, and it has added some default namespaces. One important thing I would like to tell you, I just want to remove the version here, because the version will be automatically detected according to the dependencies you have added in your project. So my dependencies are 4.3.7. so automatically this file will work according to the library, according to the dependency version. So it is done. Now the file is ready. It's time to create a bean. So I'm going to create a Java class here. Let me call here the class as, this is hello bean. So I'm creating a simple class hello bean, right? So this is ready. Now I'm going to remove this too. So it's a simple Java class, and I'm going to create a method here, and this method is, let's say the method name is hello, and this method will return a string message, and when it is called, I will get here this message will be printed. So this is the message will be printed. This is hello bean, and a method will be called here, and now I'm going to return a simple message here, return welcome to Spring. So this is a simple message I'm going to return from this hello, welcome to Spring. It's a simple message printed by this hello method, or you can say hello Spring. Right? So this is the message we'll get from this hello method. Now Spring is responsible for creating the object for your classes. So in the previous case, without Spring, we were manually creating the object, but here Spring has a very good container called IOC container, inversion of control container, which is a factory, and it's a great factory which is creating all the objects for you, and you will just have to use the ready-made objects provided by the Spring. So this will be created by Spring. The object for this hello bean will be created by Spring, but for that you have to configure Spring, you have to configure that class here. So you require a bean tag here, so you have to tell the ID of that bean, and then you have to add a class, and my class is in dot, tell the package full qualified name of a class dot spring dot hello bean, and let me tell the name, this name of this. So this is the ID assigned here, hello bean, and this is the ID you have to specify. if you are not specifying this ID, by default the ID will be this small h and then the class name. So, and one more thing I have done here, I have closed this tag because I do not have body. If you have some body, you can close this bean tag here. It's done. So, and you can add some more configuration if required. So this is ready for now. Now the bean is ready and Spring will provide the object for this hello bean. Now what else I have to do, and I need to create here a main class to call this. So I'm going to initialize a Spring framework in this main class. So let me call here this test Spring. So this is the main class, and I'm going to remove here the tags, comments. Ideally you should keep all the comments here, but no problem. Now you have to create here, you have to initialize the Spring framework using this application context object. So this application context you have to create, and this is your CTX context. And now I'm going to use, this is actually an interface. Application context is an interface, and one implementation I'm going to use here, this is file system XML application context, right? So my XML file will be read from the file system, and the file format is XML file, and it is an implementation of the application context interface. So this application context object is representing your IOC container. Spring framework is initialized when you have got this object. Okay, now tell the location of the file. File is located at this place. Look at this, this is my project, and inside this project you will get the src, and after this main, and then java, and here you will get the file. So src, main and java. So let me tell the location of the file, or you can set here, this is xml file config file, and my config file is src, this is main and then java, and my file is spring.xml. so this is my configuration file, and just pass that here. Okay, right, it is ready. I have got the Spring framework here, and now I'm going to get the bean reference from the factory. So factory has all the objects, so this is your factory, it has all the objects, it will provide me objects, ready to use objects. So let me get here hello bean. I will get the hello bean here, this is HB, and this hello bean, let me call this bean object, it's bean, and this bean will be provided by this factory context dot get bean, and I'm going to tell the type of the bean. So I want hello bean object, so let me tell the type. So this is representing the type, hello bean dot class is representing the type of the bean. So I will get the object here for hello bean. So the object is already present in your factory, and now you call a method here. So this is your bean dot hello. So we have created this method, this is ready, and we'll get a message here, a message will be returned here. Now print this message, just print that message here. So this is MSG, I'm going to put something like this. So I will get the message which is written by your hello method, right? So let me run this program. You can, first time when you have been using this IDE, using the Maven, you have to use here this build with dependencies. So this will download all the Spring related libraries which will be available here, right? So once all the libraries are downloaded here, next time you can work in offline mode, but first time you have to use online mode, because the libraries will be taken from the online repository, Maven repository. Okay, now all set, you just have to right click on this editor and run this. Check this, it is configuring. And now you can see the important thing. Yes, I have got the method call here. Hello bean, hello method is called here, and this is the message returned by your hello method. Means your Spring framework is configured successfully. So this is enough for this video. In next video we'll talk about some more way to configure the Spring. Thank you very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe the channel to get the updates. So thank you for now, and if you have any of the queries you can ask in comments. Thanks a lot.